The Hooghly is one of the distributaries of the river Ganges. It flows through the Hooghly district in the eastern Indian state of West Bengal. When the East India Company sailed into pre-partition Bengal to establish their trade settlements, this river was their gateway to India. Over the centuries, European traders have commenced business settlements in Bengal by the banks of this river. As time passed, the Portuguese dominated in Bandel, the Dutch in Chinsura, while the French controlled Chandannagar and the Danish in Serampore. It is said that before discovering the city of Calcutta, now known as Kolkata, Job Charnock, the famous administrator of the East India Company, sailed along this river and docked in Ghola Ghat, situated by the Jubilee Bridge, which was a gift by the company to Queen Victoria in the 50th year of her reign. During the 16th century, a Portuguese ship had encountered a terrible storm and the crew was lucky to have survived. The captain of the ship had promised to offer the main mast of the ship to the first church he saw. The captain kept his word and the mast can still be seen in the compound of the church. The Portuguese word for mast was Bandel and the church came to be known as the Bandel Church.
When Shah Jahan wanted to come to power, he asked the help of the Portuguese to help him to come to power against his father, which they refused. So after he became the emperor, he ordered that the Portuguese settlement should be wiped out from this area, Hooghly. They were thrown in front of the wild elephants to be killed. But miraculously, one of the elephants took father by his trunk and put on his back, and towards the emperor he went solemnly, bowed, and as if he is asking mercy. Seeing this, emperor was moved and frightened, and he allowed the Christians to come back to West Bengal, again to this place, and he helped to rebuild the church.
The Portuguese founded the town of Chinsura, but the Dutch chose the city as their main settlement and built it almost 400 years ago. The city flourished as a trading port and some religious structures were built over the years.
ওলন্দাজরা যখন ভারতবর্ষে তারা ব্যবসা করতে এসেছিল, বাংলাতে প্রথম এই হুগলিতে তারা একটা ফ্যাক্টরি তৈরি করে। তারপরে তারা ফোর্ট গুস্তাফ বলে একটা দুর্গ তৈরি করেছিল। সেটা ছিল একটা ওয়ার্ল্ড সিটি, মানে একটা পুরো পাঁচিল দেওয়া, পুরোটা দুর্ভেদ্য একটা, এবং তখন বলা হতো যে এশিয়ার সবচেয়ে দুর্ভেদ্য দুর্গ।
The landmark Dutch cemetery was built 250 years ago. Another iconic landmark is the 19th century Gothic tower, which was imported by the British in memory of King Edward VII. It is interesting to note that while the British ruled in India, Chandannagar was under the French rule. Earlier, the town was known as Farasdanga, where Farsi refers to the French while Danga means land in Bengali. One of the iconic French landmarks of this town is the Strand, which is located on the banks of the river Ganges. Situated on the western banks of the Hooghly River, Serampore was a part of the Danish Empire under the name Frederiksnagar. In the absence of a pastor to the church, British missionary William Carey offered to lead the service. Although the Danish came mainly for the purpose of preaching Christianity, they dedicated themselves in spreading education, social reforms, social reconstruction and modernization of the city. They established more than 100 schools, the famous and iconic Serampore College and the revolutionary Serampore Mission Press.
Three people are generally known as the founders of Serampore College. They are William Carey, William Ward and Joshua Marshman. The three of them came from the UK to India to proselytize. As part of their own mission, they started both this college and the famous Serampore Mission Press, which was the first press in the subcontinent, modern press. Being the second oldest college in Asia, this was also one of the premier institutions of secular learning. And while Hindu college catered to a certain kind of elite, so an urban elite, this dealt with a much more diverse population set in a suburban locality, and the college has been trying to carry on that heritage ever since then.
These European colonies are perhaps Bengal's best kept secret. The Portuguese, the Dutch, the Danes, the French, and of course the British have all left an enduring mark here, as manifested in the form of churches, cemeteries, mansions, clock towers that reflect over 400 years of European presence. This European settlement is a 2-hour journey by car from Kolkata and can be a great one-day trip for anyone interested in heritage tourism of Bengal.